looking at this in Singapore for us. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Samantha. So, not that well. Been something of a muted opening. It opened down slightly, and now more or less it's trading as it opened, about $118 Hong Kong a share, or just over 15 US dollars. But to be fair to it, this is what it trades for in the US, where it's also trading. So the company has been around since 2015, and with this expansion, it hopes to move into improving its research and development and expanding its infrastructure. But it listed last year on the NASDAQ, and during that time, we've seen it do very well, up about 80%. Now, the interesting thing about this company is it's the latest so-called homecoming company. So these are Asian companies, generally Chinese companies, that often listed to great fanfare in the US. And then after a few years, or just really in the last 18 months, many have chosen to dual list or list here again in Asia and exchanges such as Hong Kong, Shanghai and Shenzhen. Now, part of this really is because they're seeing a lot of regulatory pressure, and some analysts, for instance, say it's about trying to hedge against this risk of potentially even being delisted. We've seen a number of big Chinese companies, for instance, being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange just recently. And there's also been promises from Washington, for instance, to make these companies face more regulatory hurdles, part of this big tensions that we're always talking about between the US and China. The other aspect too is it's part of seeming to broaden their investor base. You know, if you're operating in Hong Kong or some of the Chinese mainland stock exchanges, you can actually get yourself access to many more Chinese mainland investors. And of course, they've got a lot of money to spend. But there is a couple of risks for this company. I mean, we've seen Chinese stocks in recent weeks really take a hit in Hong Kong. It's been a volatile time with Beijing saying, for instance, it's going to be cracking down on tech companies and the like. But this company may well find itself in the clear, in part because it specialises in environmental technology, which Beijing is